Hello, hello. Good evening. My name is Diego Chi, and I am the camp director for the Levitt Dayton first ever virtual songwriting camp. We had a great week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and supporting the work that these young songwriters have put in this week, last week, actually, as we spent 2 hours a day inside of a Zoom room working hard on writing music, collaborating virtually, and assembling the music that you're going to hear later tonight. So, as just a quick shout out, I want to say thank you, of course, to the Levitt organization, the Levitt Dayton, for helping us organize this, and thank you for PNC and Montgomery County Arts and Cultural District for supporting this work. We are so excited to showcase what these students have prepared for you tonight. First in, I'm going to bring in my co-conspirator and my great collaborator, the one and only Young Almighty. What's up, Young Almighty?
Hey, how is it going? It's Young Almighty in the building. How you feeling? I'm excited to be here.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Yes. What a camp we had. So
what an amazing camp. It was great.
It was really, really incredible. I mean, we got to spend a week working with these young people, taking them wherever they were at in their songwriting and musical journey, and then building on that to collaborate together. To give us a little bit of remind me, we were day one, and this was your first time working together as a camp experience.
Yeah.
What was your first if you can bring us back to day one, what did you experience the first day when you met our kids?
Day one, I had no idea what to expect. It's hard to have expectations when you set up in your room with fish on the walls and then talk to kids on the internet. And so I had no idea. But when I experienced it and got on, it was very comfortable. It was exciting. Kids are actually smiling. We were having conversations. People were engaged. And, with technology, sometimes it's hard to connect or feel engaged with people, especially kids, in a time like this. So just the amount of connection and engagement on that first day was just inspiring and impactful. It really blessed me.
Absolutely. Well, we don't want to hog up the mics because the two of us, we're not the stars of the show. So we want to
have these great kids.
Yeah. And bring in our wonderful group. It's easy to brag because we're going first.
But how we get it. I always say first is the best to go because we're gonna set the bar. We're gonna set the bar for them and everything. No competition. It's all good energy. But I'm letting y'all know we set the bar high. My kids came through, and you got to be proud of your kids and your team. So good camaraderie we're showing here.
So here we go. First to bring in, I'm going to bring in Devin Brock Johnson.
DB.
Devin, can we hear you? Give us a what's up. There we are. What's up?
Oh, boy.
Also, Ryan. What's good, Ryan? And last but not least, we got Isaac.
Dream team right here. Michael Jordan dream team. I feel like Jordan 91, new 93 on here, man. Let's go.
So tell us a little bit. So, Devin, this was your first time really, you were telling us this is the first time you writing music at all. You were a writer before, right?
Yes, sir. I started writing poetry my freshman year in high school, but I never thought it would get this far, just performing with all of you great people. And so I'm just very grateful for this opportunity. Yes, it started a long time.
That's amazing. I mean, and so by the end of the week, you started without having written any music, but we use a lot of your writings to be able to flesh out the song that people are going to hear. What's the name of the song?
I thought it was.
Oh,
I'm cutting in and out of you, but that's okay on your audio. Let's hear from Ryan real quick. Ryan, now you were telling us before that also this is your first time really collaborating musically with others.
Yes. You see, the kids are a little bit nervous. We're still getting over the technology thing, so I appreciate you guys that they're not usually this shy. I see you.
This
is your first time, Ryan, collaborating. Unpress the mute button. Don't you kids know how to use technology? You're making us old people look good right now.
It's true. That's all right.
Isaac, can you say something? Because Ryan doesn't want to speak up yet. Oh, we're tanking here.
Yeah, it's interesting. We thanks everyone real quick, just bearing with us. Of course, this technical difficulties are going to be part of anytime you do a virtual event. And we tested this right before we're here now, and everybody's audio and video sounded amazing. So, I'm going to try something real quick. Let me bring in one of you at a time. It might just be that let me try that. Hold on 1 second. So stand by. Let's see if we can hear just from Ryan. Ryan, do we got you? Can we hear you?
Press the unmute button.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. I'll tell you what. We don't have to speak a lot about the song. We don't need to really spend any time. I'm going to show everybody.
I can say what people did on it real quick.
All their faces. Yes. Let's give them a quick rundown of what everyone participated on, and then we can just let the music speak for itself.
That's what we love to do in our group anyway. We're a music speaking group. So I will say Devin Brock Johnson, this was his first time ever coming and letting his voice be heard as a rapper. I put him on the spot very aggressively, and my man took the heat, and he sat in that kitchen, and he came out with a fresh meal. My boy Isaac over here, down here with the beautiful curly locks with the big headphones, he is a violin extraordinaire. He came in with the seasoning on top. He just laid that smooth bed of lovely clouds of music over top of that thing and let us ride that wave. Ryan came through with the piano and the spoken word. My boy hit that straight piano to get that rhythm and that flow going, and then that spoken word to really tell us we don't want to fight. We just want to go home, okay? And then my man Dylan, which is not here, he played the guitar and added a really, really funky, soulful, really old school rock rhythm and tone to this break. And Diego, the master, laid the keys, and we just came together as a group, and we said, we gonna make it rain. And then we dropped this track.
So without further ado, I'll play. And we're saying not only did they shoot those tracks back and forth, they filmed themselves performing it and filmed other pieces to be able to make a music video for the song that we're going to debut in its entirety for the first time ever. So without further ado, the grand premiere of Rain.
Let's go.
Okay. We're not just made from our mistakes, but the way that we grow from what you gotta show for it grows from destruction. The rain matching my mood, trying to stay cool. It all falls down, one with the dark clouds incoming. Bury the grudge, the issue's done. Don't get married to a trial, it'll leave a scorn. I walk a long road, yeah, walk a long road. I walk a long road. Yeah, walk a long road. Yo, trials and tribulations, my people getting erased through arbitrary arrest and murder cases. Contradictions from anger, we all stressing, nothing seems definite in this realm. When we taking chances, but that's the chase of it. I can see it in your face, you can't take much more of it. Yo.
Hey, wow. What an amazing song, right? We're starting off very strong with the group from the students that made Rain. What an incredible tune. What an incredible time working with them. Thank you all for joining. I know we had some audio issues, but that's just going to be par of the course with Zoom connections. So with that, I'm going to take a moment to bring in Darren Bell, who is a Dayton, Ohio All-Star. He is a funk master, and he brought with him so much love and energy and passion to help get these students from wherever they were at in their musical journey to the finish line. Darren Bell, welcome to the stream tonight. How are you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm so excited about, just the opportunity that came from, the Making Movies team, the Levitt, the sponsors, man, oh my gosh, these young people, the songs. I'm just going to be quiet because I want to get to their music, but so proud of everybody that participated and so glad to even represent my hometown, reaching, in partnership with you guys too, as an instructor, but they led the way. It's their music.
Yeah, absolutely. No, they took, we met them wherever they were at and just were able to take the music that was already coming out of them. I like to say that music is not something that you do, it's something that comes out of you, that it's just an expression of that person, and it was so great to get to interact with these young students and to spend time in their community. For me, it was a pleasure. I'm all the way in Los Angeles, California, and it would have been wild to ever imagine collaborating on a week-long music camp with you, Darren, in Dayton, Ohio, but here we are today. It's kind of testament to the times.
Oh yes, and it worked. And even for me, all my years, composer, producer, the dance companies, theatrical plays, this right here, to sit down with these young, brilliant, gifted writers and them having the platform to build in small blocks. One had the bass line, Dune had the bass line, Charlie grabbed the verse. I mean, they built it. It's not like we interjected and said, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. They just took it. And then David with his guitar, well, let's double up on the riff, but they put it together. Hold on, in a virtual world with 100% engagement every day. And we have new music, great music. So I'm so excited for them. I'm so excited for them. Thank you, Levitt. Thank you, Diego, and the rest of the team. And thank you, all of the young participants. But hold on. I heard the first song. Well, we got a little something too. Come on now. I'm excited.
That's true, Darren. I brought you because we're only gonna be able to tease your song just yet. So you're the entree in. But I wanted to just do a real quick announcement because I know we have students who are waiting in the wings to come on. If those of you who've already performed the Rain group, if you would please step out of the backstage so that other folks can get into the backstage, that would be great. So go ahead and sign off, and then let other students rejoin. And I'm gonna bring in Darren. I'm gonna say peace to you for just a minute. I'll bring you back in here in just a little bit. I am going to start by bringing in some of the wonderful talents of this next group, which had a strong slew of female vocalists. So it's actually all the music was built by these two ladies and George. George is, he's joining us from San Antonio. I'm not sure where he went. He was here and now he's not. But between the two of you, Rusty, Caitlin, and who are we missing? I'm missing somebody. George. We're missing George, but that's okay. Ladies, thank you for joining me on the stream and getting yourselves connected here. You all had never met each other, and Julie, you actually joined midweek on Wednesday. You joined this group. And you added to the fuel. There you are, George. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. So you guys are the dream team that assembled around this next tune, which ended up being called "Coming Home." So George, tell me a little bit about how did "Coming Home" start? Who started with the idea?
Well, the idea actually came from one of Hadley's original song, not the title itself, but the music style. When we all got together in our breakout group, Hadley offered to perform a song for us, and of course we want to hear your original music, and it was so beautiful. And when she did that, I was like, okay, we definitely have a foundation in this style of music, this approach. I think this is really good for us. What if we kind of use like your influence to start a song, but we'll create a whole new song? And so Hadley was more than generous with that kind of like inspiring seed of giving us like kind of like the initial guitar rhythm and everything, you know. And then Rusty came along with this idea. She said, you know, that tune kind of makes me think of like home and like coming into like your own identity. And by the next day we were off to the races. Everybody had parts written, and it was amazing.
That's incredible. Now, Hadley, real quick, I'm gonna highlight you because you were one of the few students who had already been writing music outside of the camp. And so when you brought this germ in, what was the process like for you to then kind of expand on your original idea? How did that go about?
I'm sorry.
How did it go? How did your song go from your initial idea into Coming Home, what we ended up with the group?
Oh, so I played the song for them, and they asked me sort of like what the guitar chords was, and so we kept the strumming pattern, but we changed some of the chords. And then we kind of just built off of it from there.
And had you ever done anything collaborative like that with other artists before?
Nope.
That's amazing. What an incredible journey. And, you know, I got to give a quick highlight for Caitlin, who spent every time we were working on the song. Caitlin was our note taker. She was our stenographer, keeping track of everybody's lyrics, a group song, and then this song as well. Caitlin, what is in your most, like, what's out this week? What was the highlight moment for you in camp?
Probably when like just being there with everyone and learning to write songs. It's just so fun for me.
Oh, it was a blast. It really was a blast.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get to see your face singing on actually two songs, not just one, but two songs, because you ended up being one of the stalwarts on the group song. So just to give a quick explanation to everybody who's watching, each group made their own song, and then as a collective, we made one group song that we ended up wrapping up this week. So we had some students who were so dedicated, they showed up again on Monday, and in a 2-hour session, wrapped up a whole other song on top of all of what they had done in 5 days. So it was pretty incredible. Julia, last but not least, far from it. I really enjoyed seeing your vocals. Just you take it at the end. Everybody's about to see this, so I'm not spoiling anything when I say that you soar above this band that was built for this group. What was your experience like just jumping in midweek? You know, you had very little context, but you hopped in on Wednesday. You heard about it on Tuesday night, and next morning you're in the trenches with us. What was that experience like for you?
It was crazy. Oh my gosh. Crazy in a good way, for sure. Oh my gosh. I show up and I'm like, honestly, I get there and I'm like, you know, I wasn't entirely clear on what the whole thing was. I just knew it was like, yeah, I can collab with the people in Levitt or whatever. And I was like, that's cool. I didn't really know it was going to be this whole video thing and everything. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. And then I got stuck in this group full of just, oh my gosh, just so talented people. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So I'm really happy I got to do this.
Me too. I'm glad you got to do this too.
Halfway through the week, I'm like, what?
No, it's amazing. I mean, and it speaks to the testament and the power and the excitement. I mean, I love that you just dove in without even knowing what you were going to be participating in. You said, you know what? If it's music and it's collaborative, sign me up. I want to do it. So I want to let the music speak for itself. Oh, wait, Rusty, we have you now. I know you've been in and out because you're in mid-travel. So thanks for joining us from wherever you are in the world. Oh no, we lost her. Just right before. Rusty, I really wanted to hear from you. Well, we'll hear from you and your beautiful voice on this stream. So everybody, without further ado, Coming Home.
I've been on the road for a long, long time. I've been on the move for my whole life. Return out, I wanna go home, home, home. Return out, I wanna go home, home, home. Days were long and the air was sweet. Frozen dewdrops beneath our feet. Never wanted to leave that haze. The aim is stripped down of those days. Morning cold and the city lights. Noise and traffic and eastbound flights. Washed away the familiar dirt. I look so clean in someone else's shirt. Return out, I wanna go home, home, home. Return out, I wanna go home, home, home. Return out, I wanna go home, home, home. Return out, I wanna go home, home, home.
Home, 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 where it smells like cookies. I wanna go home, 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 where I know that it's safe. I wanna go home, 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 where the bluebirds sing. I wanna go home, 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 where the grass is green.
Return out, I wanna go home, home, home. 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 I watch the light come through the window, feeling it shine on me. The sweet smell of summer drifts through the air. The green outside sways in the breeze. I smile, seeing little bugs at peace. Return out, I wanna go home, home, home. Return out, I wanna go home, home, home. Return out, how do you find? I wanna go home, home, home. Return out, you don't even know. I wanna go home, home. Return out, how do you find? I wanna go home, home. Return out, when you don't even know where you belong. I wanna go home, home, home.
Wow. What an amazing song. I mean, oh, real quick, I'm gonna just take a moment and let everyone out there know. So we have this thing where, I mean, because in a Zoom room, sometimes it's hard to get the energy going, but we do this for applause. So if you're at home, please take a moment, give your hands up, give your hands up for that amazing video. What a beautiful song. I mean, I just am amazed at what these students were able to come through with. Julia singing her heart out at the end is incredible. So thanks to everybody in that group. What a beautiful song that you shared with us. All right, so moving down the ways, I want to take a moment to highlight one student in particular, a student who was able to not only participate in the songwriting, but also help assemble and mix from an engineering point of view, because they've spent time on their own right working in engineering and recording spaces. So without further ado, I'd like to bring in Autumn Blossom. What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm glad you could join us, Charlie. It was such a pleasure to have you in the camp. And for those of you who don't know, yeah, Charlie also goes under the name Autumn Blossom. That's your artist name. And you know, you actually went above and beyond, and you had another tune that
Yes.
I'm going to be queuing up here in just a second here to have it ready. Tell us a little bit about the song that that you just sent me just a little bit ago. The Survive.
So this song is called Survive, and yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, it's lagging a little bit. But yes, this song Survive
part of the energy
is
of it, you know? Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. This song is an original song. I wrote it a few years ago, but I revisited it recently, and I thought the lyrics really reminded me of what we're going through with quarantine, and I think it really resonated with me again, so I decided to record it and share it with everyone.
That's amazing. And you know, I'm trying to get this to play. It's give me a we're gonna hold. I'm gonna pivot for 1 second. I know you just teed it up beautifully, but I'm gonna pivot for just one moment to bring in actually your whole group while I work out the kinks on this video and see if we can get it to play for everyone. So let's bring in some of the folks that participated in your group song, and have Enrique. You had Darren. We had everybody in this group just about.
What's up?
Hi, Enrique. Hi, Darren.
Hey.
How was this last week for y'all? Macy, David, how are you all?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Good. And David, what did you think of the song? How did it turn out?
Good.
What was your favorite part of the recording experience?
I like there's a lot of parts, but I like making the song. I don't really like recording it because that's where all everyone's ideas come out.
You like making it, right? Making was the fun part. And it was cool to work with folks. I mean, you work with artists a little older than you, right? With Charlie, who's been doing this a little bit more. Did you learn anything from the process, David?
I learned how to get to know everyone and how to get a song going, because usually I just thought you'd have to think of notes, you'd have to think of a really strong topic, and then you'd have to make it really appealing to everyone else.
And you learned that it can be a little bit more natural than that sometimes too, right? That you can just go with your ideas in your head. That's great. That's great insight. What about you, Macy? What did you learn through the experience?
I learned how to write a song properly. Kind of just have to write a story down, and then it just kind of can't really think about it. You just got to do it.
Yeah, right. The music process comes from that place where you're not really thinking. What do you think about that, Darren? Is that true? That's where the creative spark comes from?
Man, that's where the creative sparks come from, and they didn't quit. And, one thing comes to mind, with each one of them, and, started with Macy. Macy, it just started with 3 notes, on the chorus. But each day, David, we got to the part of the song, and I think we should double it up on this section of the song. And then Charlie comes in and is like, well, I think I'll give that verse a try. they all gave 100% and started from what could be a challenging point, but they never quit. It's all their energy, and so proud of all of them.
Yeah, I'm proud of all of you too. And Charlie, I always love working with younger artists because you always learn something new from different perspectives, and even really young artists, because kids, they have an ability to not be so afraid to say what they think, if that makes sense. Did you have that experience? What did you learn from working with this kind of mixed bag of young people? We're also missing Dune, who gave us the sick bass line on the song. What do you think, Charlie? What did you learn? Oh, Charlie.
I thought it was a cool experience because, like, just seeing from like a younger perspective, because I have done like songwriting collaborations before, but it was with people my age. So it was cool to do it with younger kids with maybe less experience and seeing like a whole fresh perspective on just starting from the very beginning and seeing step by step how you build a song working together. And it was really cool.
That's great, man. And I think I gotta be grateful to you, offer some gratitude, because you were functioning as a mentor in the groups too. So it made Darren and my jobs a little easier because you have more experience, and I'm excited for you to connect with I know you connected with Brandon from Artist Mentorship. Brandon is a gifted engineer, and he's gonna help you work through the mixing process just as a way to practice that skill, because that's a new skill for you, right? How to mix a song. So what you're hearing is what you're going to hear on our tune is a rough mix, but through this journey you'll get to experience what it really feels like to mix a tune. So I'm excited for you to take a deeper dive into that too.
Well, it's been really wonderful to see the output of each camp, and so I've got Free Spirit, which is for the first time going to debut. In fact, you all haven't even seen this whole video yet because it got done so last minute. Which is sometimes how it goes, especially in the virtual day and age. It feels like we're almost all getting things done at the very last moment. So kudos to all of you for turning all your video clips in, and a big shout out to India, who's another student who turned around a video edit for this particular song. And so without further ado, Free Spirit. Oh, sorry about that, everybody. Not sure what happened there. We're going to start that one over. Just had a minor glitch here. Let's try that one more time. As everything, this is a learning experience for everyone. So let's bring it back on. Free Spirit.
walking, I'm looking up in the sky. I'm looking, I'm searching for some kind of sign. Imagine a world where I get to be free, like a daredevil living dangerously, a free spirit. A free spirit. A free spirit. The thing about freedom is freedom and free. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The thing about freedom is freedom and free. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But all you need is spiritual reality. I wanna be F-R-E-E, a free spirit. A free spirit.
That was amazing. That was the first time I've seen that video too. That was great. Dune, who's I think he and his folks are just watching us. He wasn't able to join us here in the backside. He provided a lot of that atmospheric traveling footage, which because we happened to catch him on the last day that his family was going on a road trip. They were going on a short vacation, so he filmed and then gave us all those clips to be able to put that together. Pretty incredible collaboration. I wanted to bring Autumn Blossom back into the room. And so Autumn, I'm going to ask you to do your wonderful introduction one more time. We got the video queued up for you. Tell us about this song. So, because you release music in your own right. Actually, if you have a place that people can follow you, could you share that?
Yes. Well, on Instagram, I'm Charlie the Autumn Blossom, and mainly on YouTube, I post covers and original songs on the YouTube channel Autumn Blossom Music. And this song that you're about to see is actually available on that YouTube channel now. But I wrote this song a few years ago, and I recently revisited it, and it clicked with me that the lyrics really reminded me of what's going on in the world right now, of just the whole quarantine experience. So I wanted to share it with everyone.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a tough time for everyone, feeling isolated. And that's why it's such a blessing to have music be able to connect us and to have something that we can share with others. Well, thank you for doing that. Thank you for your contributions to the camp. Without further ado, Survive.
Feeling pain and feeling faint and trying to get over the pain. Been sitting here trying to clear my tangled head with the rain. Machines can't work without mechanics with mechanical brains. My heart's a cog and all this fog is clogging up my whole lane. I'm just trying to drive. Some days I'm dying to be alive. Sometimes it's hard to thrive. But I survive, 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 I survive. Hey, sipping, soup, and clipping loops of songs on repeat in my head. Been sitting here trying to clear away madness as I'm dead. My heart is fixed with broken bricks, but mixed up in my cold bed. No hay or sticks, but memories stick could get blown down, but instead I'll stick around, I'll still drive. I'm still alive, alive, alive. This place is where I thrive. And I survive, 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 hey. Survive, I 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 survive, hey. Queen, period. I'll survive, don't worry.
Amazing. Wow. That song. I mean, I'm seeing all these chats blowing it up right now because that song was incredible. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us, Autumn Blossom. Wow. Like I said, we were really honored and blessed to be working with so many talented kids with this camp, this Levitt Songwriting Camp. I mean, the first of its kind, and it will hopefully not be the last. So I wanted to take a moment and highlight a teacher who joined in. She's a fellow artist. She actually sang with my band Making Movies when we came through Atlanta, Georgia. And when she found out what we were up to, she basically said, in the same spirit as those other gals, let me jump in. I just want to see what's going on. Let me hop in and let's see what's going on. So without further ado, welcome the wonderful voice and talents of Serena Grace.
Hello.
Serena,
Thank you.
thanks for joining us from Atlanta. I assume you're in Atlanta right now. Is that right?
Yes, I am, and it's storming in Atlanta right now. But thank you for
Oh.
having me. This is amazing.
It's been wonderful. It's been a really wonderful time. And it was great to have you and have your support of the students throughout the week. I mean, you gave them vocal support, you gave them energy. Tell me, what was your first takeaway from the experience? Because you joined about midway through, so we were kind of already cooking.
Yeah, it's crazy because I came on as a teacher, but I feel like the kids taught me. Like it's like their process. I'm sorry if you guys hear thunder. The process is I don't feel like it changes whether you're a kid or an adult. The process is still the same. So I just graduated from college, and I feel like I'm still in that learner, that student mindset. So I was very much a student in this as well. So thank you guys for bringing me on.
Oh yeah, no, thank you, and congratulations on graduating.
Thank you.
So it's a kind of a quick because you ended up studying music business in school.
Yes, music business and journalism.
And journalism too, which is related to writing too. We were just talking about how these skills, they translate into all kinds of career paths. Whether you stay in music or whether you end up going down a journalism path, poetry, novel writing. I mean, just the act of songwriting, putting something that is in your mind out into the world is powerful.
Oh yeah, even with journalism is all storytelling. So songwriting is storytelling. So it's definitely is all encompassing. For sure.
Absolutely. We're gonna play a song of yours that you prepared. But before I do that, I want to make a quick announcement, which is that for the students if there's any students who are watching now, I want you to go ahead and join the backstage. so that way we have our final group song, and as many of you as you can, we want to have you here in the backstage. So if you could rejoin and jump in the backstage. But Serena, give me cue this song up for me. What is the name of this song, and what is this song about? Where did it come from?
This song, I wrote this song about a year ago. I never actually put it out because I haven't formally recorded it yet. But it's called Business. And I wrote it because I feel like I'm a businesswoman. I feel like I'm a mom. And at the time I was a student and I was working. So I wrote this to represent for all the business women out there. And it's also kind of like a little fun, flirty song because it's kind of telling the other person, if they want to get to know me, then you have to kind of make my business your business. It's not just me. I come with a lot of other things too. So yeah, that's what the song is about.
No, I love that. I love that. You know, we all have so many different facets of ourselves, and they all apply into the music and into life. So that's beautiful.
Yes. I'm the CEO of Serena Grace, so this is what this song is about.
Hey, all right. Well, without further ado, Serena Grace, this is Business.
I don't wanna blow it, but can't afford to show it. My flaws and imperfections, I just smile and say everything's fine. I love the way you see me, but you don't really see me. I know it's hard to read me, the cover doesn't show what's deep inside. You wanna die deep in my life. Can I trust you? Cause that ain't really your business. If I'm big on your hit list, you say your money, your business, my business. If you're saying that my business is your business, then you get to know me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. If you're saying that my business is your business, then you get to know me. Laying my emotions, so show me your devotion. If you wanna get me open, then you really need to focus, cause you're swimming in the ocean now. Not trying to be a trophy, just need someone to hold me, ride or die. You know that I would do the same for you. Can have it all, whatever you like, as long as you can handle your business. You know I'm big on my business. You say your money, your business, my business. If you're saying that my business is your business, then you get to know me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. If you're saying that my business is your business, then you get to know me. Before he get in your business, be in charge of your business. Own it cause it's your business. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Value all of your business. Handle all of your business. You say your money, your business, my business. If you're saying that my business is your business, then you get to know me. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 baby.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So we had talent on all ends, both on those who were working with the students and mentoring the students, and also the students showing off their talents with us. I mean, honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better group of people to work with, and I couldn't have asked for a better group of students to work with as well. So I'm going to actually bring in, as many of the students are still here with us, we're going to fill up this stream right now. Everybody, everybody, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Some last minute love here on Facebook. So tell us real quick. So this last song, the one we're going to wrap up with today, was the song that we actually wrote together as a group. And I know many of you, for many of you, this was the first time you'd ever written anything together, or even in a collaborative way. So if I remember right, this started with a simple chord progression. And it started with a game that George who was here, who was on earlier, he was the one who started this chord progression game to kind of show that that songwriting is just something that can just pop out of anybody. You just have to name a few things. Does anybody remember the game? Anybody want to share what that game was like? Go for it, Hadley.
Who?
You Hadley.
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
Basically, if I remember correctly, we needed to pick a letter between A and G, and so that was the guitar chord, and then we just picked them, and then he played the chord progression, and then we said what it made us think of, and that's what we wrote the song about.
That's right. Yeah, we just brainstormed. And what were some of the things? Anybody remember what were some of the things we were making this song about? Like, what were some of the images that came to mind? If we have Caitlin, oh, I do see Caitlin. Caitlin, can we hear you? I remember you were sending a lot of. Oh, it looks like we're frozen here. So I might have overdone it by bringing everybody in, as many as we could, but that's okay. I just wanted to spend some time with everyone's faces on so that we could all see and enjoy this last tune together. Isaac brought in. I'm just gonna lead the way here. Isaac brought in beautiful violins that come in on the bridge. Macy, you contributed some lyrics and some concepts at the top. I remember you telling us about your love of Stevie Nicks, and that this song kind of had a little bit of that Stevie Nicks attitude to it. Julie, you ended up singing along and giving us a main vocal track. Serena Grace, you added some layers of vocals on top, supporting everybody. David, you even, I think, played a little guitar at the top. Well, you were a part of the songwriting chord progression process. And Charlie, you came in as the hero track with the lead vocal, starting off the tune. I want to just say thank you to each one of you personally from here, so that everyone can see your faces. I know that this stream experience and virtual music camp was new for everyone, and I want to thank you all for doing that. I want to thank the Levitt Foundation, the Levitt Dayton, for making this possible. I also want to thank PNC for supporting this, the Montgomery County Arts and Cultural District for supporting this program, and just say, with let's give one final round of applause to ourselves here in the group. Let's show everybody how we do it here at the camp with our hands up, as we are going to debut for the first time, even for all of you all, Running Away.
She was pretty as a star, but I knew I couldn't stay. The bar was raised to life, but I wasn't the right guy. I'm running away. I'm running away. I'm running away.
Wow. That concludes our presentation of all of the music made at the 2020 Levitt Virtual Songwriting Camp. This was such an amazing joy to be a part of, such an amazing event. I want to thank all the students. There's actually so many wonderful things I can think of, to so many people to thank. And I want to thank Lisa, of course, and the Levitt Foundation, and Madeline for helping us organize and make this possible. We have to thank the PNC, Montgomery County Art and Cultural District, for supporting this process, making this possible. This was, like I said, just a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm so grateful to have been a director of this camp. My name is Diego Chi. You can find me with the group Making Movies, and we, with our work with Artist Mentorship, are doing music education in virtual spaces, and we'll take that wherever the road takes us. So thanks, and we hope to see you all next time.